Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wicked. So, in case you missed my other video where I explained why I was gone and stuff, life just got to be a lot, and I did not mean to put this channel on the back burner, but I did decide how I'm going to do filming and uploading, and it's basically going to be, like I said in the video, I don't like saying seasons because it sounds corny, because I am a smaller channel, but I guess like parts. So all the videos that have been uploaded prior to this year will be like a part 1, and these videos starting off 2025 will be a part 2, and then I'll do filming and uploading for a couple months, take a break for like a month, and then come back. And that's probably how I'm going to do this channel, because it's going to be easier for me to research, upload, and all that stuff. And also not feel like I'm taking away from Sinister, but also putting in work for both channels. So that's kind of what I have decided. I don't want this intro to be super long like the last one, but that is where we are with uploading and stuff. Like I said, I apologize. And let's go ahead and get into this. So all the links I use for research will be down below, like always. And today we are talking about the case of Ricarda Tillman Lockett. So she has been on my list of cases to do basically since I started Sinister, honestly. She was originally going to be a case, a person that I talked about on Sinister, and then when I came up for the idea of Wicked to do older cases, the timeline of her case, like the year and stuff, it just fit in really well. And so I decided to talk about her over here. And it still took me forever to get to this case, but I'm so happy to finally do it. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of information about her, which has been pretty obvious in a lot of these cases, but I'm going to tell you what I know. So, Ricarda was born on the Winnebago Indian Reservation and was a member of the Winnebago Indian tribe of Nebraska. When she was 18, she left for Memphis, Tennessee. She was married within a few years and had a baby boy. Unfortunately, she would go missing. She was last seen at 10 a.m. on February 19th, 2007, at her workplace, Jillian's Restaurant, at Peabody Place in downtown Memphis. Her estranged husband, Lou Lockett, picked her up from work. Ricarda was supposed to get her son from the babysitter later that day, but she never showed up. She left behind her personal belongings, including her wallet and her cell phone. Police were concerned for her safety, despite no hard evidence that she was taken against her will. The police were called to her home in January of 2007, after Ricarda said that Lou had choked her during an argument. He was arrested and charged with assault, and Ricarda went to live in a domestic violence shelter. Lou said he dropped her off at the shelter after they left her workplace, but the shelter employees said that they never saw her. Lou was interviewed after Ricarda went missing, but he says that he's innocent. Their son's custody was given to her relatives, and the family documents named Lou as a suspect in her case. Her boss said that she was a reliable employee who called in if she was going to be late or absent, and it was uncharacteristic of her to leave without warning. And it was also her boss that actually reported her disappearance to police after missing work for 2 days in a row without contacting anyone. The family says that she wouldn't just leave behind her child. And at this point, she is still missing. We have not found a body or anything. So because of that, they have put out a description of her. She was 22 at the time. She would be in her 40s now. She stood at about 5'2", 120 pounds, possibly in her work uniform of a black t-shirt, a black sweater, black pants. She had brown hair, brown eyes, and pierced ears. Her nickname is Rika. Anybody that has any information is urged to contact the Memphis Police Department at 901-373-3883. And that is the case of Ricarda Tillman Lockett. So, I don't know about you guys, but when I went through all this information, there was a person that really stood out to me, and that was Lou. I feel like he's an estranged husband for a reason. As we know, they have history of domestic violence. Ricarda called the police because he was choking her during an argument. He is clearly a violent man. She went to go live in a domestic violence shelter, which she was still in when she went missing. And I did find it odd that the man that was arrested and charged with assault for harming her is the man that was dropping her off allegedly at the shelter that he knew where she was. I find it to be very weird. I don't know. I wouldn't, if I was in a similar situation, I would not be comfortable with my estranged violent husband knowing where I was in any shelter, even if it's a safe place. Like, I wouldn't want him to know. And her to just ask him for a ride home is kind of weird. I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where they get into fights a lot, she leaves, he goes away or whatever, and then they not really get back together, but like they're still in each other's orbit, you know. Maybe it's one of those things. I found that to be really weird. And him being the person that picked her up, allegedly dropped her off, but the shelter employees saying that they did not see her, I think that he did something. I don't know what it could be. Maybe he was still angry at her for getting him locked away for assault. Um, he's clearly a violent, angry man, so I don't even think that he would need a reason other than he just couldn't stand her, maybe. And I do think that he did something to her. Because just looking at what we have, what information we do have, however little it is, it really seems that like Lou had a hand in something, or at least knows something. And there's always a little bit of a chance that maybe he didn't, but I don't know. The family documents also naming him as a suspect. Come on now. I feel like the family would know more than any average person. So I really feel in my heart of hearts that Lou at least knows something. And hopefully with time, he will either come out and say something, or whoever did this will, and Ricarda can have some justice, or she can be found if she's being kept somewhere, or maybe we'll find out that she did leave on her own. But everybody says that that's uncharacteristic of her. But we don't know. We don't really have any solid answers or any really solid evidence of anything. So please let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think she decided to just leave? Do you think Lou had a hand in something? What are your thoughts? Please tell me down below, like always. Thank you so much for listening to Ricarda's story, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.